Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us, the newest addition to the Qor family. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I mean, sure. I'm Xingo. What do I do? I just make funny videos. I just make funny videos, play fighting games, read comic books. That's all I really do, to be honest.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I just vibe out.
Straight to the point.
What fighting games are you playing right now?
Right now, I'm playing 2XKO for the most part, just because I want to get used to tag fighters. Because I know that Marvel Tokon is a new fighting game that's coming out next year. And as a huge superhero fan, I gotta lock in for that game. I just have to lock in for that game. Like, that game looks too good not to play.
Did you play in the open beta?
No, I couldn't, because it's only PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Yeah, it was only PlayStation.
Nice.
No, hopefully they have another beta that's not only PlayStation and I can actually play it. But yeah, but I had a few homies that played it and they said it was pretty good. Like, they said it was valid. So I'm
Honestly, it does look good. It does look really good.
It looks so good. It looks so good. Like, the maps look good. The character design that they chose for a lot of these characters is crazy. I know some people are mad at the fact that, like, so far there's no like English voice acting, but that doesn't matter to me. Like, they sound hard. Like, it sounds hard.
It sounds
like, you're playing the game. Like,
yeah.
But all right, we could get right into some of the questions. So, you said you make funny videos, but before you were, I guess, into making funny videos, what, like, I guess, kind of gamer were you? Like, or are you? Like, are you playing to be competitive? Or are you just playing, have a good time? Like,
for the most part, like, in recent years, I've kind of just like played to have a good time. Unless I'm playing ranked. If I'm playing ranked, I'm treating this like I'm on main stage. Like, I'm on main. I'm calling out. I'm doing everything. Oh my goodness! And then especially when I lose, I get mad. Whoa, like rivals, like 2XKO. Like, I'm locked in. Like, I'm trying to. But like, for the most part, like, when I make content, or just like if I'm just chilling like in Discord with homies and stuff, most of the time I'll just play for fun. Like, I'll start doing like something dumb or something stupid. But yeah, I've always like just like chilled for the most part, even before I was doing content.
Okay. So, like, in the ranked games that you're playing, are you like where are you on the ladder, I guess? Or do we not want to talk about that?
Nah, I mean, we can. I mean, it depends on the game, right? Because I played like Siege, Overwatch 2, Rivals, Valorant, and stuff. For like games like Valorant, I'm probably around like gold, like around there. Like, that game's too slow for me. Like, that game's too slow for me. I can't. I get impatient. But for like a lot of team shooters and stuff like that, or just like any other game for that matter, I'll probably like around like the plat, or like one tier above plat. Or for the yeah. But it all depends if I enjoy the game, if I really want to, like, if I actually want to play it. Because sometimes it's like, I can play a game and be like, all right, at least I hit gold, and then I just not care about it. Because it was just whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
that. That's kind of how I was with Marvel Rivals. I feel like I got like super into it, and then I hit what's the rank after Diamond? I want to say it's Master, not Master.
Is it?
I don't know. Whatever the rank is right after Diamond, I hit it, and I was like, these teammates are insufferable. I'm done with this game.
Like, I promise you, the teammates especially in Rivals, the teammates get worse and worse as much as you climb. Like, you get higher, and they just do some of the most stupidest things I've ever seen in a video game ever.
Yeah, Rivals definitely seems like it's an interesting beast of a competitive game.
Yeah, I played a bit on release. I don't play as much now because I don't have anyone to play with. But when I
Should
did
make more
play,
friends.
well, well, shit, Dennis.
Sorry.
No, but like all my friends are like Valorant players, so it is what it is. But when I did play Rivals, the random experience, like in terms of the randoms I got in my lobbies in Rivals, was definitely something to remember, I think.
Bro, randoms in that game are so annoying because randoms in the game is the reason I dislike Spider-Man. Like now
Yes,
I have a vendetta
yeah.
against that fake fictional character because I'm literally in a rank up game for a new season. I think it was like 2 seasons ago. I shit you not. My Spider-Man on my team, he picked Spider-Man. I already knew it was gonna be bad. I already knew it was gonna be bad. All of a sudden, we're defending point. I look up. This man is clinged onto the wall, oil farming like he's Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z, not doing a singular thing. And I'm like, bro, like, can at least do this in unranked. Don't come in ranked and playing the game like it's like Sony Spider-Man 2. Like, be so for real.
There's no aura farming in your ranking. Not allowed.
Like,
not allowed.
At least kill something. Like, at least get an elim or something. Like, off rip, you just straight aura farming. Your skin wasn't even hard. He was rocking the default.
Oh no, not the default. But Spider-Man players have that reputation. It's like Genji's from Overwatch.
Yeah. Can get flashbacks. I'm getting flashbacks.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was a dirty Rocket Raccoon player.
Me too.
I'm like, as long as I never die and just constantly heal everyone, no one can be mad at me. Like,
yeah, like if you're healing, like at least shooting util, like Namor squids or something like that, like you're honestly set with Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah,
but did y'all hear about or did y'all see Gambit?
No, I haven't.
For my rivals. If you've played Overwatch 2, think of a male version of Kiriko. That's all he is.
Really?
Like, does it make him support?
Yes, he's a support character.
Gambit support? What do you mean?
They made him a support character because I don't know. I'ma just assume it's because of the fact that they're making Rogue a tank. So it's like so it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like I don't know, an Omega level mutant being a support is kind of crazy.
It's a bit of a choice though. I don't know about that one.
Like you see what he does in X-Men 97, and all of a sudden now he's in your backline just healing. Like,
yeah. Oh no. That company that is working on the game seems like it's quite the interesting, like in terms of what they're looking to for the community and stuff like that. But
I'm set on that game. Like I'm cool. I'm cool on that game. I've been playing a lot more Overwatch 2 recently, and having that break from Marvel Rivals, it's like, oh yeah, I'm like Aaron Yeager when he see the water for the first time. Like I'm like this is cool. Like I'm in paradise.
Really, what is the game state of Overwatch 2 gotten that much better, or it's just nice to have something different?
It might be a little bit of both. Like, I don't know if it's just because of the fact that I'm not playing more Rivals, but Overwatch 2 feels a lot more like feels a lot better for me as well, and like is a lot more solidified. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's more stuff to do in the game. Because even with Marvel Rivals, like adding new game modes, a lot of people don't play those new game modes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like,
it's a bit repetitive than now. Alright, cool. So, you'd say that you're mostly a casual gamer until it's like a game that you care about when you completely lock in. That's like the TLDR here, right?
Yeah, basically.
Alright, cool. And then, what was there like, when did you decide that what you wanted to do was content creation and not become like a lot of people who start taking game titles seriously, they go into like the pro scene, for example. So was that something you ever considered, or did you have like an inspiration to get into content creating, or how did it all start?
I mean, at first, I definitely wanted to get into pro scene because, like, growing up, I was playing like Call of Duty and stuff, and I was hitting those GBs. I was doing like $5 wagers and everything, and I was just like, I was going crazy. Like I was going crazy.
Locked in from a young age.
Yeah, but I don't know, cause I don't know if y'all are COD fans, but I was watching a lot of like Qor Gaming at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like Noisy Butters, some when he's not problematic, Nuda, like stuff and like stuff like that.
There's
So
a big caveat there.
Yeah, yeah. And I was watching a lot of them, mainly Noisy Butters, because watching her made Call of Duty fun. But then I also had a lot of like COD YouTubers from like Optic, like a lot of like old phase ones, and then this one YouTuber named Elite Shot, where he was having all these class setups for Call of Duty Ghost. He was hooking me up. He was hooking me up when I was on Ghost. So I was like, oh yeah, thank the Lord. But
was Ghost not a controversial one?
It definitely was. It definitely was. But I don't know. I think most people didn't like Ghost at the time for the campaign, but I'm not sure.
I feel like it was controversial when it came out, but now looking back on it with like some of the slop that has come out like since, like you're like, you know what, Ghost actually
have you seen the new
isn't that
campaign
bad.
for Black Ops?
It looks like a Marvel movie. Like
What's happening? What's happening?
I have no clue. At first, when I saw the campaign, I literally thought it was zombies. Like I genuinely thought it was zombies. I was like, okay, whatever. But then I heard people talking about, oh, this is the actual campaign. I was like, how did we get here? Like how did we get here?
Yeah, what even happened?
I don't know. The original, like I would say like the first 3 Black Ops games were like peak, and then like they've just tried to like do something different with every Black Ops after, and like I don't think any of them have hit. Like
Yeah.
I think at some point they're just like they're kind of just like they definitely mainly focus on multiplayer and like Warzone and stuff, other than like rather than zombies and campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. COD has definitely kind of lost its I guess touch with the community. Like
yeah,
nobody really cares that much anymore.
Yeah, because COD at this point is just the 2K of first person shooter games.
Yeah,
because realistically, why are we rebuying the $60 game every single year just to not play it because the new one's coming out?
Yeah,
that's very true. Actually, fair analogy.
I don't know. I thought like it was a decent idea when they switched to like the 2-year cycle, but then they just then they were like, oh well, it's not making us much money, so let's not do that again. Like, whatever. But so if someone were to discover you for the first time, like what would be like the main takeaway that you would want them to have if they saw your channel or any of your platforms?
Hopefully that he's funny. Hopefully that he's funny. If not, then it's just like at the bare minimum, at least I'm entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm. Like
even for a little bit, because for a while my main goal was just like I want to make content for people to watch, like if they're eating, if they're like just chilling or doing homework, or just need something to watch. I wanted to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
that's fair. And I'm gonna throw in a bit of a curveball question here. We've been talking a lot about gaming, but I did notice a lot of anime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright,
so you want to tell us why you hate One Piece?
I can't stand One Piece. Oh my god, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I can't stand One Piece, but it's not like One Piece. I shouldn't say I can't stand One Piece. I can't stand One Piece fans, because some people have to understand that the pacing for the anime is absolute garbage, and some people just don't like it. I'm over. I lost a bet because I didn't get a hit in Pokemon cards, so I had to watch One Piece. And I was like, okay, let me see what this is. I promise you, if you put One Piece, like first arc, and then Pokemon in the same, they basically go the same route. Like they do the same thing. They do the same thing. And I'm sitting here like, oh, bro, like I'm not really messing with. I watch a whole 60 episodes. Everybody, yo, bro, you just gotta wait, bro. You just gotta wait. I watched 40 more. Bro, I'm still really not messing with it low key. Nah, bro, you just gotta wait. I watched 140 episodes of One Piece. And you mean to tell me I still gotta wait?
Yeah, I had a friend and she was a huge One Piece fan. And I think the agreement was I try to watch One Piece and she tries to watch Full Metal Alchemist. That's what it was. Okay? And she was complaining to me that Full Metal Alchemist went slowly. And I'm like 50 episodes deep into One Piece and nothing's happened. And she's like, yeah, but, her argument was like, yeah, but there's like 1,000 episodes of One Piece. You're barely like 5% in. And I'm like, it's still 50
It don't
episodes.
matter. Like that's still 50 episodes. Because people would sit there and be like, oh my god, One Piece is the best anime. But then don't acknowledge the pacing is like extremely slow. But then they watch something between like 50 to 150 episodes and be like, oh, that's slow.
Yeah, dude, I don't get it. Like,
Yeah, I don't like. I haven't watched One Piece. I haven't read the manga or anything, but I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like my whole thing is like if it takes like hundreds of episodes to get good, like surely it can't be that good. But like that's why Ennis, who he is in here, he's like, oh no, but the story is actually like 10 out of 10, and I'm like.
Man, fuck
like,
the story.
I've said that maybe at some point I'll watch like One Piece, like you know the version of it that like cuts out all the filler.
Oh, yeah.
But then I've heard from some people like, oh, but it's you lose like a lot of the stuff, and I'm like, do I really gotta watch like 400 episodes of like jack fucking shit? Like the ending, like God himself better come down like after the ending of One Piece comes, and like the second coming of whatever, like.
At this point, I don't even know what the One Piece is supposed to be. Like,
I hope it's something terrible. Like I hope it's one of those like catastrophically bad endings, just so that like it wasn't worth it.
I pray that it's like the One Piece is just the journey along the way, and I could just bully everybody I know because now One Piece and JJK both got terrible ending.
I don't know how JJK ends, so
we won't spoil it here, but yeah,
it's one of those like really bad endings.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, not the best.
I'm not even caught up with the anime yet. I've only watched season 1.
But yeah, I love anime. Anime my go-to.
What are you watching currently?
Currently, I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay. We like that.
Yeah.
We like
JoJo's
that,
Bizarre Adventure. I'm watching what else am I watching? Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury season 2. Because I watched season 1, I just haven't seen season 2 yet. And then there's Kaiju number 8 season 2 that I still have to catch up on. I think those are it. Because I have a thing to where it's like sometimes I would finish an anime, but after I finish it, I'm taking like a month off of anime. I'm watching something else. Something totally random. I'm rewatching Beyblade for the 17th time. Like
Beyblade go hard though.
Beyblade does go hard. I generally think Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Bakugan has some of the better character design and more intriguing characters than some new gen anime.
Would you say that they're better than One Piece?
Beyblade is definitely better than One Piece.
Oh my god, you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
For those of you who watched Beyblade like in your childhood and you haven't watched it like once you're grown up, I recommend you rewatch.
Or even rewatch the new Beyblade X. That goes crazy, but it's more so like actual Beyblading and like tournament style stuff rather than like, oh, this Beyblade comes from the heavens and and strikes down on people and stuff. But nah, it's really good because the manga for Beyblade X came out a couple years ago, and I started reading it, and I was like, literally first chapter, the main kid or somebody lose a Beyblade fight, and all of a sudden the guy takes a something like a lobster cracker and breaks his entire Beyblade. And I was like, oh my god, like this is what we just do. Like this is crazy.
I haven't watched any of Beyblade, but I've heard that like some of the lore that they put in it is like crazy. Like, isn't there a clip of like Moses parting like the Red Sea or something?
Yeah, Moses. Canonically, like, Moses parted the Red Sea with a Beyblade. Yeah,
like that's tough. That's fucking hard as shit.
It's tough. You have people Beyblading on side of buildings. Like one grown man will launch a Beyblade. All of a sudden, you got 3 baseball fields full of destruction. Like, but everybody's just treating this like a game. Like y'all got
dying out here.
Like y'all got atomic bombs in y'all hands. And y'all just playing like it's Toys R Us now.
Beyblade is interesting for sure. Well, it's very fun to watch. And what about My Hero Academia? You been watching that or no?
My Hero Academia is one of the greatest animes of all time.
Okay, I wanted to comment on this because you know when it comes to My Hero Academia, there's the people who love it, but then there's the people who really hate it. And it's like that the few seasons in the middle where I guess it did get kind of slow, but I'm one of those people who like once I start something, I watch it all the way through to the end, whether I like it or not. And My Hero Academia was one of them. I think it started off really strong, and it did get slow in the middle, but I think now it's back to a point where things are kind of tying together quite well, I'd say. And I'm obviously not going to give any spoilers, but like to those people who gave up on My Hero Academia, I noticed that you had a lot of it, so I assumed you were a fan.
After.
You have something you want to say to them to like convince them to pick it back up?
I think if y'all can confidently watch JJK, meanwhile at the same time going on TikTok and watching grown women squirt pee spit on their Gojo figures and moan, y'all should have the balls to continue to watch My Hero Academia, because everyone's excuse is, oh my god, I can't watch it, the fandom's so weird. Is the fandom in your living room? Is the fandom on your PC? Is the fandom watching the anime for you? No, you don't have to converse with the fandom realistically. Like, I get it. 2016 My Hero fans were freaks. They were freaks. But now I think especially like current My Hero fans, a lot of them are just like, one, I think it's because they're grown up. Because since the anime has been going on since 2016, like they're all like grown adults now, and they're kind of like growing out of that whole like
mellowing out a bit.
Yeah, like that gooner mentality and everything. But nah, I generally think My Hero is one of the greatest animes of all time, especially because of the fact that the way the anime ends, in my opinion, is perfect. Like the way the anime and manga end is perfect, and it's so different from most like shonen animes, to where it's just like, oh, and let's give this man another power up and then just knock him out. You know, let's just give him a transformation somehow get off this W. But a lot of it is a really, especially this final season, is a huge psychological watch. Especially the last episode from last week. That episode was fire. That episode was peak. I loved everything about it. I literally have no notes, and it literally shows when every single episode so far in the final season of My Hero Academia has higher than a 9.0 on IMDb rating. And I don't believe any anime has done that.
Well, I don't
or any current. Yeah, I don't think any current anime has done that.
Okay.
Yeah, any current anime has never done that.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe I should hop on. I've never watched it.
Gots to. And if you or even if you just want a hint of My Hero, I really recommend watching the movies. The movies are some of the most sauciest things you could ever see. Like, oh my goodness.
What is it, like the story or like the animation through it?
The animation sequences go really hard in the movies as well.
Yeah, because their budget is a lot higher, so they go a lot crazier.
You can see the
and then the story as well. Because I believe I don't know about all, but at least 3 out of the 4 movies are canon to the actual story and ties into the whole thing, or is just like filler pinpoints of like what was going on in between the seasons.
Oh, but
So
can
it's
you
like
watch them like on their own and still like somewhat understand what's happening?
Yeah. It's just different. It's just different versions of Deku, realistically, because you know that. Have you seen the emo Deku that was in the anime? Like there's parts in the movie where it's like it's after that point, and then there's some movies that are before that, or just like so it's like or movies after season 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe I'll give one of the movies a shot then. I don't know. I watched the Demon Slayer movie without getting caught up, so maybe I could.
I haven't watched Demon Slayer since season 1, and I watched the Demon Slayer movie. So
yeah. Honestly, that one wasn't too hard to find. It's just go here, kill this thing. But yeah, I think that's all the questions we got. Before we wrap this up, is there anything you're working on that you want to plug that you got coming up?
I'm just always working on new TikToks and YouTube videos. So youtube.com/Xingo XINGOO, because I know that the Ben 10 reboot has a purple rat named Xingo, and he took my name, and I feel bad about it. So I need people to start searching me up more instead of that purple rat.
Instead of the purple rat. Okay.
Yeah,
don't forget.
I'll make sure to put the right one in the description.
Yeah.
Thank you for that interview that I was 100% part of. And
you did good, though.
Thank you. I know I'm great at interviews. And so now to the next topic. We got some interesting news. So I think we should talk about the talent situation first. I feel like that would be a great way to start it off. If you guys haven't known, Talent Esports that were in the Pacific region of VCT, they were unfortunately kicked out of the region, and they are no longer in VCT anymore. Jack Sins, who is in charge of the Pacific region, or you can say the commissioner of the Pacific region is the best way to describe it, tweeted out saying, "We just announced the termination of Talent Esports partnership with the VCT Pacific. This is a really tough decision. It comes after weeks of working closely with Talon to try to resolve their issues. Ultimately, we had to make the call, but we wish Talon nothing but the best going forward and are grateful for everything brought to the league." So, then he goes on saying about the ecosystem and all that stuff.
This is not just for Valorant. I'm pretty sure they got kicked out of the league as well. And they did have a partnership.
Ecosystem?
Yeah. And they did have a partnership with PSG, the football team. And I'm pretty sure they're retracted because their branding is not visible anymore on any of their social media. So that's a big funding cut. And, that's a problem because the reason that they got kicked in the first place was financial situation. They had a hold on some of their payments, and I think it'd been like something like 7 months, if I remember correctly, they just weren't able to go, there's just a lot of delays, and they weren't able to pay their players. Now, what Talon said in their statement is that they're trying to find their players another org to host them. Now, whether or not they're going to stay fully together or not is unclear, and we don't know what org is going to come and replace them. But wouldn't it be funny if they just bring Boom back again a second time? They didn't win Ascension 2 years in a row, but they're just back in VCT.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty interesting now that, they got kicked out. Because, this also comes from the, I feel like VCT the teams are really changing, and the ecosystem is really switching it out, because they have been hyping it up that not next year, but the year after that, there's going to be some big changes. There's going to be a lot of reevaluations regarding the VCT teams. I know next year they announced that there's basically no Ascension, and it's just the winners of VCL just goes to Champions. that's gonna be in Shanghai, China.
They just go straight to the top.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, it would be a crazy story to go from VCL, go to China, go against tier 1 teams, and imagine winning that
just
whole
win.
thing.
I
But
don't
now
think
my
they go
question is,
directly to champs. I think it's first that the winners of stage 2 playoffs, they go directly into the stage 2 playoffs of VCT in their respective regions first. And then from
they're not
there
going
it's
straight to
on
China?
No,
Like,
no,
going
they
straight to
can't. They
champions?
can't go to China, but there's like there's a step-by-step process. So like, let's say Core wins stage 2 of challengers. From stage 2 of challengers, the stage 2 of VCT will still be ongoing in Americas, and so Core winning playoffs in challengers will now join the teams who are playing playoffs in tier 1. So they would be playing in stage 2 of VCT Americas. And then from there, it's unclear exactly how they're going to get the champs. The obvious assumption would be if they just win stage 2 playoffs in Americas. I'm not sure if they're going to implement a point-based system as well as they did last year. You know, there's the teams that qualified to champions just through their playoffs placements, and then the other teams who qualified were through the champions points that they accumulated throughout the year. So as of right now, we haven't got any more information from Riot about how this works exactly, but Ennis is correct in saying that a tier 1 team could make it from literally their bedroom to Shanghai and China playing against the best in the world. It's just unclear exactly the path how to get there.
Yeah, and we don't know, for example, if there's a world where the tier 2 team actually wins China and like champions in China. So now it's like, okay, do they get a VCT spot now, or are they still gonna go and play tier 2 for another year? And it begs the question, if they have to go back to tier 2 after in a world where they do win champions, what is the point of investing into tier 2? I feel like that'll even be worse of an investment, because I know they said they are going through a whole reevaluation system. We don't know what the reevaluation system is. We don't know how it works. We don't know the process. I think there's a lot of questions are being unanswered. I think we are literally have to wait until after champs next year to know these answers, or during champs we'll know these answers, because they've clearly have realized that franchising is not the wave. I think they have finally realizing that franchising does not work. For the most part, it's not a real sustainable income. It's not sustainable for orgs. It's not sustainable at all. I think they are hopefully going for more of a grassroots objective, more where, like Red Bull home ground. There was a partner teams that were invited, but there's also open invites that were people who were allowed to compete for open invites to qualify for Red Bull home ground. We had Envy. Yes, they did win, but they were at the time a tier 2 team when they qualified for Red Bull. I think there was another European team that was tier 2 that they still qualified for a Red Bull home ground. They flew from Europe all the way to New York to play. I think there's a lot of questions that are being unanswered. Again, Talon's situation is understandable. They were just struggling financially, which is crazy to say. They were in tier 1. They got a portion size of the bundles they were making. Maybe if they sold it better, I don't know what you can do exactly. We don't know the exact situation on the sales, but it's still kind of insane that even if doesn't matter, even your VCT, if you're spending your money not correctly, and it's not you're not profiting out of it, and you're not making the best way out of it, you can still be broke, and you can lose sponsorships for the most part. So it's interesting to say. I'm curious on who's actually going to replace Talon, because they have not announced. It would be crazy if like M80 was like, hey, we're just going to pick up a Pacific team, and we're just going to be in Pacific because they couldn't make it to Americas. So now it would be just kind of funny to see what's going on with that. Now, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think we're just going to have to wait for Riot to actually say something about it.
I mean, the rumors and what people have been saying they want to happen is that they're going to bring in Full Sense, which is a Thai org. So I wouldn't mind, because the region is very South Korean dominated, and just for the sake of diversity, I think it would be better for them to bring in another org that isn't South Korean. So, the obvious meme would be to bring back Boom, but if they don't bring back Boom, we have the other options like Full Sense, which, and I think Full Sense does have money, So I think bringing in that org would be nice to see. But it's now just more of a question for Talon fans of whether or not their roster is going to stay together as a five or not. What I
Yeah.
will say is that it is late in the offseason, so most of the spots have been filled up in other teams. So it's unlikely that they'll split up, but it's also a question of whether or not an org is willing to pick up all five of them.
Yeah. I really do hope the whole squad stays because it'll be unfair for them because it's really not their fault. It's the org's
No.
fault for not being sustainable. So like I feel like hopefully an org can pick them up. Again, Riot makes a final decision. It's also up to Riot to approve of these orgs. But you know, end of the day, it's the org spot. It's unfortunately not the player spot. So I'm hoping the orgs have a heart to keep these guys together. And if the guys want to play together, I feel like that should be a big option. Again, I think we're gonna see because again, like you said, it's November 20th out of this recording. At least VCT, they start in about a month and a half. Give it 2 months, give or take. They start. So like it's now like it's getting real close to like the deadline where people start finally like solidifying teams and like locking in the teams, not only in VCT but also VCL. So it's a lot
Yeah.
of like moving
I mean, it's
parts
already
and a lot
started.
of yeah, it really is. It's just
Gentlemates announced the roster today.
yeah. Again, and a lot of VC, as of you know what I've been hearing, a lot of VCL and at least North America, they have not even solidified their own teams. Also, like a lot of teams haven't even been close to finalizing it. A lot of teams are just still exploring options, seeing if they can get a tier 1 option. You know, it's a lot. So I think we're still in WrestleMania, but I think all the big names that were supposed to be signed have already been signed. Now it's just all of the smaller, you know.
The last
Lesser
guy
known name.
scrambling for spots, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like very small, like very little spots left, so it's like everyone's just scrambling at this point. I mean, for example, we don't even know if Ye's playing next year. He was unfortunately cut from him and Derek. They were both cut from EG, so we don't even know if they're playing next year. Where they're
Unless
going.
they're shifting regions, I think it's unlikely because, like, gathering together all the leaks and rumors, there's only one spot for a player left in VCT Americas, and that would be in Envy as the replacement of Ion.
Yeah, and
That
I
is
think
the only spot left in Americas.
as of now, again, everything has been verbal agreements. Still, again, nothing has been signed. It's been verbal agreements. So, and it's also pending Riot's approval. So, literally anything could change, anything could happen. So, I will say for everyone's sake, until the season starts, not everything is solidified. Unless they finally announce the rosters and like officially announce everything, nothing's finalized. Technically, we still don't know who's on Furia, even though we have confirmation and verbal agreements. We still don't know who's on Furia, so anything could change on that part. Anything could change on Envy. There's a lot of things that could be changed about. So nothing's official. Not everything's official yet. You know, unless the org announces it, nothing's official. So keep that in mind. And yeah, so we got some hotter news. The Game Awards. So, gentlemen, I don't know if you've seen it, and I don't know if you have been keeping up, but the Game Awards has officially announced their nominations. Now, I will say I have not played every game on this list, and it's very hard to say, but you know we can go over some of the hotter takes. I feel like we need to speak about this. I don't know, you, Sadik, have played Arc Raiders, but there has been a lot of a lot of talks and a lot of complaints that Arc Raiders was not categorized or not nominated for Game of the Year, and people are now in the topic of should a multiplayer game be nominated for Game of the Year?
I mean, I think saying like a multiplayer game period cannot be nominated for Game of the Year is a little silly because like, but I for the other stuff that came out this year, I don't think Arc Raiders is Game of the Year anyways.
Yeah. I mean,
What I will
people were
say about that is
Go
that
ahead.
Arc Raiders came out very recently. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming with all these other games that were nominated, they had like a few months to kind of let it cook and see how it went.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Arc Raiders, I understand that people are frustrated because, you know, it is a good game from what I've heard, and people are thoroughly enjoying it. It's just that it's very
Recency
recent.
bias.
Yeah, the recency bias, and it is just recent compared to like when these esports awards nominations happened. So realistically, if you're nominating a game for an award, you kind of want to wait a little bit before you do it and see how everything plays out long term.
Mhm.
So it's unrealistic to give Arc Raiders the spot over another game that's been out for a few months, that's been doing well over time. Because we don't know if Arc Raiders is gonna die within a month or not. We don't know if some game-breaking bug is gonna happen or whatever. We just haven't had enough time to look at it.
Yeah.
I also want to point this out. The reason why I am so against a multiplayer game being a game of the year is, let's take Overwatch. It has won game of the year, and technically that game does not exist anymore. And you cannot technically play Overwatch 1. I want to know that one game of the year, and that game cannot be played anymore, technically. And
I mean,
I do think that's a rare
an
case, though.
argument. Like, I think like Overwatch when it first came out is definitely a game that probably deserves it. Like, launch Overwatch is like
was peak. It was peak.
like, yeah,
I will
like
say.
I think just saying, oh, because this game is multiplayer, it can't win game of the year is a little silly.
No,
like-
I'm saying my thing is, like, when it comes to the game of the year categories, I want to, like, let me say the game of the year categories, and I want you guys to tell me which one of these do you think Arc Raider should be over, right? It's Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So now, if you speak to the only two games I have personally played is Hades 2 and Clair Obscur, and I think those two games are easily game of the year. They should not be removed from the category. I have not played any of their other games, but if you ask a fan of those other 4 games, they will die and say this is the greatest game they have ever played. So, again, I think I'm not kicking out that multiplayer games should not be game of the year. Again, they have their own category with best multiplayer of the game of the year. I need this to be understood. They have their own category for best multiplayer of the game of the year, so that's their own game of the year award for them. But I do think that story-driven games have a more human touch to it and a more love to it. So, such as, the acting, the cutscenes, the mechanics of the game, the style of the game. I think that game of the year should be everything, not just, that. And I'm not talking about the AI voices they've used, because that's not the big reason why I'm saying that. And I understand, people have their opinion on it, which I understand and I get it, but that shouldn't knock it down and people shouldn't be bringing it down. But I do think that for game of the year, I don't see Arc Raiders beating any of these games. So it's also just a matter of, like, story-driven games will always be winning game of the years. I just don't think, unless it was an Overwatch situation, which that's very rare. Again, Overwatch was a very rare situation at launch. It was peak, but now it's.
I honestly think that the only reason that Donkey Kong is probably, I haven't played it, but probably the only reason Donkey Kong is up there is because so many people are so fucking far up Nintendo's ass that, like, they could make the worst game on the fucking planet and that shit would get nominated.
But you know what's crazy? Like, that game actually got good reviews. Again, I've never played it.
Yeah, well,
I've never seen anything, but that game, like, the thing is with Nintendo is when they want to lock in and actually make a good story game, like, Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, Donkey Kong, when they actually want to lock in and make a good game, they can. Everything else they do is shit. So you know what I mean?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's shit, but, like, Nintendo's a company that can get away with charging fucking, like, $80 fucking dollars for Mario Kart and people just buy it, Like, I think Nintendo can do whatever they want. And
I still think the Sonic racing game is better because you can play as Steve, Mega Man, and Hatsune Miku. But that's just my take. I'm just letting you know. In the new Sonic game, you can play all of them.
You're a big
Mario
Hatsune
Kart
Miku guy?
Yeah, big Hatsune Miku guy. You know what I mean? Oh, I will say one thing I am against. Yes, this is sure you can count it as an indie game, but I don't know why Clair Obscur is nominated as an indie game when it's really, like, it shouldn't be an indie game because it is like a AAA budget. Like, it's AAA, like, feel to it, and the care for it is AAA, but it's used as an indie game. And I think that maybe it should be given to other games. Like, for me personally, I think games like Hades 2 and Silksong, those are actually, like, considered indie games. Or, Blue Prince is considered an indie game. When I'm thinking of Clair Obscur, I am not thinking of that game as an indie game. But it is like 40.
Are they
50
not
people.
owned by, like, a big publisher or something?
They're not owned by people. It's like 40 or 50 people that used to work for EA. And they're, like, in France. So, like, again, That is the only
Oh,
gripe
wait,
I have with it.
French. I forgot about that.
They are French. It's a little weird, I know.
I'm not voting for it.
Also, I just want to clarify, Charlie Cox, the guy who plays fucking Daredevil, got nominated for Best Actor of the video game, and
Is this podcast?
he has not played the game, does not remember recording any of it, and just says, "Yeah, I recorded like 4 hours of lines, and I don't remember anything else after that." And he's getting nominated for like the Best Actor of the year. So I find that
Just got it, huh?
hilarious. He came in, recorded 4 hours of the greatest lines he's ever done, and then fucked off and just did not care about it afterwards. I gotta give him respect. I want him to win just for the shits and giggles. That's the only reason I want him to win, just because it's funny. So I think the Game Awards is
game and did his thing.
Now I do have a question for you boys. Now the Game Awards, they like to present and then announce games such as trailers or upcoming titles such as release dates and everything. We will, by the way, for anybody watching, we will be doing a live stream watching the entire Game Awards. So we're gonna have a live reaction of everything we're gonna be doing. Now I want everyone's opinion on what you guys think is gonna be announced, like an unexpected game, or what trailer is gonna be announced in the Game Awards.
Half-Life 3 is not getting announced. Sorry, Chief.
You think so?
That shit is not happening.
Why do you? What if it does though? Like, come on, man.
It's not.
Or what if
Sorry.
it's either Half-Life or Left 4 Dead 3? What if it's one of those two?
I don't think Left 4 Dead 3 would ever come out, if I'm gonna be honest, because like, I don't know, that game Back for Blood, that's literally just fucking Left 4 Dead.
Oh my God,
like,
I remember buying that game.
if people wanted to play Left 4 Dead, and they would have gotten that game, but I just don't think that the demand is there.
Yeah.
I don't think Left 4 Dead 3 is ever coming out. I think Gaben has his fucking grubby hands on the neck of Half-Life 3.
Because it's been 21 years since Half-Life 2. And then it's been about 5 years since Half-Life Alyx. Again, like, I don't think... You know what would be... what I saw online that would be the funniest thing? If they just announced, like, the full release, like, the date of the full release of Deadlock, and they were like, that's it. That's the whole hype, and that's it. They just fucked off for the next 4...
I don't
They
think
just
that'd be announced
I
either, to
think
be honest. I don't think
that is
Valve
the
is gonna
only
say
thing...
anything if
what
it's
was
not
it?
for their I don't think Valve is gonna say anything unless it's like about their console or VR headset.
You think this whole announcement was just strictly just for the console and the VR?
Well,
the
I
price
mean,
point and
that's if
everything?
they even say anything.
Do you
Did
even
Valve
think
say
Valve is
anything?
going to say anything? Do you think Valve is even going to show up once in the Game Awards?
They don't like advertise like that.
They
I don't
don't.
know.
That is true. I think that, but my hot take is I think that we are going to get something related to GTA 6, either a trailer or something related to that. That is my absolute hottest take. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Maybe we'll come back to this episode and we'll clip it and see what's going on from there. But I think I don't know. If Valve or Rockstar doesn't talk or do anything this Game Awards, I'll be kind of shocked because it's happening December 11th. Yes, that would be about a full year before GTA 6 comes out. And if you guys watched the previous episode with the leaker for Deadlock, it's expected summer of 2026 is when Deadlock's first full open beta release will come out. So they might not say anything, but I'm kind of curious on what big game is going to be announced. Or who knows, maybe it'd be Hideo Kojima's espionage game that he likes to do with Robert Pattinson.
What
would be
was
kinda
that
funny.
face you made, Sadek, about GTA?
Yeah, what's
GTA. I'm
wrong with
really
GTA
excited
6?
for my grandchildren to be able to play that game.
You know what? Like, I honestly, like, this is gonna sound like a hot take. I really don't give a fuck if that game comes out ever. Like,
Me neither.
I really
Dude,
don't care.
They've missed like the window, you know what I mean? And of course it's GTA, so when it actually does come out, it's still gonna do numbers. But like in terms of, I'm sure they've lost certain like a certain percentage of the fan base, like people who like me and Danny who just don't care anymore because it's been like a conversation for how long now,
Yeah.
and it just keeps getting
like,
delayed.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just like my maybe even hotter take. Like, I acknowledge that GTA is super influential and stuff, but I feel like GTA 5 is like an okay game. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I
like
agree.
amazing. I think GTA 5 just does a lot of things like pretty decent. But like I can't think of like one thing that I'm like GTA does that better. I mean, maybe the story. The story in GTA 5 is pretty good. But like I was never hooked on like the online like GTA Online and stuff like or the role play. Like that's not my style. But like I don't know, unless like cancer gets cured by GTA 6, like I really don't care that much. It's not a game I would go on paternity leave for.
If it turns out to be anything like Cyberpunk or even close to being like, and if there is a single bug that is like unplayable where it makes the game bad, I swear to God, Rockstar should just pull the plug. Because if you've been hyping it up for 15 years or what, it feels like fucking 15
It came
years.
out in 2013, I think, right?
2013. Okay, if you've been hyping it up for like 13 years by now, like there should not be a ounce of a bug. That game should probably jerk me off if that with how fucking good that shit is. If that game can't literally make me levitate, it is not a 10 out of 10. It is not game of the year. From how how crazy this game is being hyped. That shit better revolutionize the gaming industry as a whole. You know what I mean? So if that shit does not like, it's not a perfect game, literally a perfect game with 0 bugs, it is like, it's a failure, in my opinion. It is a fail. It's that much of a failure. Again, yeah, I GTA 5 was pretty cool, sure. But I think GTA 5 was mostly carried by the role-playing community after like 3 years of it being out. It was really basically carried by the role-playing community. And after that, like, Rockstar didn't give a fuck about them. And then they just recently, in the past year, acknowledged about the role-playing community, and that was it. That's all they said. I think that's really what it is. We'll see. Maybe we might be shocked. Maybe Rockstar or Valve might actually say something, and we're just completely wrong, and we're just haters. So we'll definitely see what happens there. Again, we'll be live streaming it. So we're going to be live streaming it December 11th. We're going to be seeing the whole thing. You'll see our reactions and everything. So it's going to be interesting.
That's all the news.
That's all for the news for now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out QORgaming.com/shop. And if you have any news regarding any of the right now, you know, most esports right now are on the off season. So we have none of our boys are really playing right now. So we have no esports news to talk about with our boys at least. So we're just going to wait for that. But thank you guys for watching. And bye-bye.